So, I was writing my script for Zoe Jungle when I came to the realization that I was struggling a lot. My biggest part of my struggles was that I just was having trouble clearing the jungle, and then it dawned on me, what if I weed out every single champion that can't even clear the jungle? A full clear solo, I mean. So I did exactly that. I played every single champion that isn't already a jungler, and I went and saw who can and can't fully clear the jungle solo. And let me tell you, this was really interesting. So here are the rules that I went by. Every single champion uses the same rune page, the page I call the Ultimate Jungle Survivalist Kit. This rune page was handcrafted by me to help any champion that takes it to survive the jungle's perilous creatures. The runes consist of Fleet Footwork, Triumph, Legend Alacrity, Coup de Grace, Biscuit Delivery, and Cosmic Insight. Triumph and Coup de Grace don't do anything, but nothing else in the respective trees do anything either. You know what? You could take Overheal instead also. That would also put an impact, but it wouldn't be enough of an impact to even make a dent in, what I'm trying to do here. I'm messing up my words already. Wouldn't it be cool if we could mix and match runes like how I wanted though? Like, instead of being forced to go down a certain tree, we could take whatever keystone we wanted and whatever secondary runes we wanted. Like, take one rune from every tree, because why not? I'm getting sidetracked. This rune page was made for me to survive the jungle, and that's it. Every champ takes it. Everyone also starts on blue side red buff unless they can't clear it. If a clear is failed, it's tried again on a different route. Not every champion takes the same route though. That would be completely unfair. I only say that to start at red buff because it's where most are going to start out their games normally, getting leashed by bottom lane, and I did this on every single off meta champion. So let's talk about the baddies, the bad girls, the wax nurses. Surprisingly, only 16 champions don't have the ability to fully clear the jungle solo at all. Some of you might expect, but some others are surprises, and those champions are Akali, Azir, Cassiopeia, Corki, Janna, Katarina, Lissandra, Pike, Rakan, Samira, Seraphine, Sona, Soraka, Xerath, Yumi, and Zillion. Let's talk about the most surprising pick first. I wonder what could have happened that made Samira extremely weak to the point that she can't even clear jungle camps now. Pike is only half a surprise, since he can't gain health from items, doesn't have a ton of AoE, or does damage to creeps in general. It's no mystery why he can't clear jungle camps. This one is actually the most surprising of all. This one is kinda doable, however you get so low it's not even worth it to full clear. I don't even count it, lol. Cassiopeia is the only champion in the entire game that runs out of mana before getting even to clear one buff. Q-Start doesn't change anything either, because she will run out of mana no matter what, since she isn't executing minions. The massive cost and cooldown of her Q early means she can barely even clear one camp. Unlike Zyra, Azir's soldiers don't take damage, plus kiting is not possible due to how the camps have to stay in one place for the soldiers to even do damage. Are you really surprised that Vajana is on this list? She can clear big camps, but smaller ones just straight up out-damage her. She's one of the weaker picks on this list. Camps do more damage than both her autos and abilities, plus she is squishy as Babu Frick. Guys, did that joke land? Did you like that joke? Unsurprisingly, an enchanter support. Wait, is Rakan an enchanter support? He's a catcher? Catchers specialize in locking down opponents or, in some cases, entire battlefields by creating intense zones of threat that only foolish enemies would dare to wade through. Although not as reliant on their friends as enchanters, the fragile and immobile catchers greatly benefit from allied presence, both to deter incoming danger and to help capitalize on targets they've locked down. Oh, okay, yeah, he can't clear the jungle. Surprisingly, Sona can clear more than you'd expect. Her heal keeps her somewhat healthy, she just doesn't do a ton of damage and dies easily to crowded camps. Her Q being her only damaging ability and not healing her with really weak auto attacks just doesn't let her really do anything. She's actually worse than both Sona and... Yeah, can you believe that Yuumi is not the worst jungler on this list? She can clear 4 out of 6 camps without even dying. Relatively healthy and all solo. I'm not even kidding. She's still awful though, so don't try it. He's just like Lissandra, so weak and his abilities don't do him any help to clear the buffs. Finally, Zilean is again like Xerath and Lissandra, but this time his main damaging ability is on a timer, so it takes extra time to even clear the camps, weak autos, blah blah blah. None of these champions have the ability to clear the jungle with my control, optimal jungle survival runes. The champions that can't clear vary in role and class, most commonly assassins and enchanters being unable to clear, with some artillery champions sprinkled in. Azir and Seraphine are totally artillery champions. You can't change my mind on this. They all have in common either stats that are just too low to clear the jungle, or abilities that can't live up to what a jungler needs to kill camps. So let's look at who can clear the jungle, and who can do it the best. Reminder, no meta junglers are going to be on this list, and this list consists of every other champ in the game. This video would be way too long if I covered every champ, which is why I'll be covering all those champs in another video. But just to get a clear picture across, I'll be talking about the good clears. Back in the olden days of Season 9, or is it 8? I'm old, I forget. Ashe had one of the best clears in the game, hands down. She could kite camps so effectively. She could clear the jungle with full health and barely use any potions. For a while something changed and she became awful, but in Season 11 her clears become just as good as Kindred. It's really hard to kite the jungle camps, but he can clear camps pretty fast without taking a ton of damage. A surprise for sure. I believe Brand has gotten jungle specific buffs to clear the jungle. That being said, he can do it damn well, especially after level 3. Another character with jungle specific buffs, Darius' clear is so healthy, I wouldn't be surprised that jungle Darius becomes an actual thing with Stridebreaker being so good. I don't know why he's on this list. He's been played as a jungler multiple times in high elo throughout the years. This dude surprised me. I thought Gangplank would die in the jungle. He actually has a very fast and healthy clear. I'm putting these two together because they've received jungle specific buffs and they can both solo dragon after a full clear without backing. I'm excited to talk about this one more in depth. I'd be more excited if this was pre-item rework. Cassa win.
That's not here, man.
No, you didn't push the dog.
That's a win.
Cassa win.
Cassa win.
Cassa win. Here's a surprise. I didn't know that an extremely weak early game champion would have one of the fastest and healthiest clears. But here we are. Leona actually has a fantastic clear. Here's a huge surprise. She's not one of the best clears, but I genuinely didn't think Lulu would be able to clear the jungle. And she's kinda good at it too. Voidlings make Malzahar's clear very easy and healthy. Yup. Wasn't this played in pro play recently? Just like Leona, she has a healthy and somehow fast clear. I didn't think she'd have a fast clear considering her attack speed is artificially slowed, but that's okay. Talon has a healthy clear and he can traverse the jungle really quickly because of his E. Not much to say. Manko won. Tristana was played as a jungler not too long ago with great success, so it's not very exciting. Urgot has a really fast and healthy clear that is hard to explain. He's dumb, stupid, shotgun knees make the whole world revolve. Both Yasuo and Yone have very good clears, able to path how they want due to survivability. Yone has a slight edge over Yasuo due to his W shield being so handy. Yorick feels like he was made to jungle, if not for the fact that he has to get his little dudes from killing minions. Last, but definitely most, Zyra. Her clear is amazing. Her plants tank all of the damage for her, and she never has to use potions, pretty much ever. She can keep camps locked in place with her E, and the plants she spawns with W take 2 hits per plant from jungle monsters. She makes enough plants just to never get hit. The champions with the best clears vary greatly in terms of role and class. Obviously, fighters would be considered the best due to their general playstyle, juggernauts for the same reason. Tank supports can easily flex into the jungle, most likely with the most success because Tahm Kench and Nautilus can both easily jungle. But who knows? We will find that out a bit later. And lastly, Zyra is really good. So what do we learn from this video? Not much really. I just wanted to spend my time to see what champions can jungle, because frankly, I'm not too fond of the jungle champion pool. I like to play my cool champs, like, I don't know, Ivern. No one's ever jungled as Ivern. But for real, I personally did this so that way I can know who to weed out for my ever so popular Can They Jungle series, making it easier to know who I can. By the way, check out my Can You Jungle series, which will feature Zoe next. See ya. Look, you made it to the end of the video. It wasn't so bad, was it? My line delivery was awful. Well, thanks for watching. You should subscribe to my YouTube and my Twitter and also my Twitch.